Hey everybody, welcome to this week's edition of Ad Age's Creativity Top 5 Live. I'm Anne Christine Diaz, Creativity Editor, coming to you from Los Angeles, and I'm here with...
I'm Alexandra Jardine, Associate Creativity Editor, coming to you from London.
And I'm Ishan Sherwood, Associate Creativity Editor, coming to you from New York.
Ishan is back! Yay!
Hey!
Welcome back, Ishan.
Nice.
Can you explain why you disappeared for like 2 years?
Vaccine tourism. I was just trying to figure out where. No, actually, my wife and I had a baby. Have a baby. She still exists.
Yes, you have.
Right.
You did not just had.
Right.
And you will have it for a long time.
Oh, such a long time. So if you hear like high-pitched newborn cries in the background and I can't hit that mute button fast enough, well, then you're just going to have to live in the same world that I'm living in right now for a little while. So we are.
But congratulations,
Thank
Ishan.
She's perfect. I mean, for now,
Yeah.
I don't know. When she's like 13, I probably won't say that, but I'm enjoying it while I can.
Well, congratulations. We're so happy for you.
Yeah.
But we're also very happy that you're back.
I'm excited to be back.
We'll put you to work right away. Oh, but before we do, all of you viewers out there, please tell us where you're watching from, and we will give you a shout out. Thanks for joining us. So to you, Ishan.
Hey. All right. So let's kick off the top 5 with number 5. If you watched the Golden Globes, and judging from the ratings, there weren't a whole lot of you who were watching the Golden Globes, but you may have caught the Jeep ad that channeled a little bit of 2001 energy from High Dive. Let's take a look. So as you can see there, that is an electric Jeep Wrangler, interspersed with all kinds of commentary from the Animal Kingdom. Directed by Lance Acord of Park Pictures. We see 2001 sort of a lot as a touchstone for these kinds of things, but I think it works really nicely here, and almost the like auto tuning of like nature sounds I thought was kind of cool.
Yeah, I thought it was a fantastic ad. If you're gonna make a showing on one of Hollywood's biggest nights, you have to entertain, and this definitely entertained. It had everything, like silly animals, drama, amazing music, and it was so well crafted. Lance Acord, we know him for directing really great ads for Nike. There was Volkswagen Little Darth. Also, there was the Nike Just Do It campaign with Colin Kaepernick. Once again, we see his talents put to work here, but it's interesting because he shot some of the scenes, but there's also some stock footage in there, and it was pieced well together along with an editor, Michael Lippert from Cutters. So it was just fantastic. I thought it totally entertained. I felt it was like Super Bowl worthy, actually. This could have done really well during the big game.
Mm-hmm. Instead of which they had Springsteen and maybe regretted it. Or maybe not.
Yeah. But anyway, yet another winner from High Dive. So moving on to a completely different category. Over the past year, especially, we've seen this outpouring of creativity from food delivery platforms. Uber Eats, DoorDash, they both had big Super Bowl spots. Our colleague Jessica Wall and I, we did a big story on this. And that creativity continues once again, even this week. So Postmates is another popular food delivery service owned by Uber. And so they put out a new campaign this week, but it wasn't a spot. It was a cookbook. So it's actually, it looks like a cookbook, yes, in very big air quotes. It's actually called the Don't Cookbook, and I have a copy right here. And it purports to have these recipes for popular dishes like spaghetti, tacos, sushi. But if you actually look at the recipes, they're not real recipes. They're like, the one for tacos says, the key to riding an angry taco is to wear a really big hat. The bigger your hat, the easier to balance, the smoother the ride, the less taco stuff that gets jangled loose and scattered all over your boots and the ground. Number 5, it says order tacos. And at the bottom, there's a QR code, and it will take you directly to Postmates where you can order the food. I tested it out, and it didn't just take you to the app itself. It takes you to the food the food in the recipe. So that's just another fantastic idea from Mother LA. And the idea was, you are so exhausted from the pandemic, cooking at home, baking, making your sourdough dough and sourdough starter. So just give yourself a break and just Postmate it, So it actually continues a theme that has been ongoing in the work from Mother LA. Previously, they did a campaign featuring Martha Stewart, who is like the Uber entertainer, homemaker. Basically, she told people, she gave them a free pass, you're not as good as me, so why don't you just Postmate it? Let's take a look at one of the old spots here.
Hi, I'm Martha Stewart, and today we're making burgers and fries. We start with a big potato. Be careful when you're cutting it. Okay. I'm sure he's fine. Just Postmate it.
So basically the theme of the campaign is, save your finger or save your sanity, just Postmate it. And that sentiment continues with this beautiful cookbook. And it's actually a really beautiful book. There's a linen cover. It's printed nicely. There are these gorgeous pages and different types of paper stock. And there's even there are even activity pages that you can do. You can coloring pages to keep yourself occupied while you're waiting for your order. So it's just a fantastic idea. I know we get a lot of stuff like this, but this is a book that I might actually leave on my coffee table because it's just entertaining for people to look at. So I don't know. Tell us, you guys, what you think of this work. Anyway, we have some shout outs. Alex, you want to?
Yeah. So hi there to Marcella from New York, Michael David from Texas, Patty from Colorado, Jimmy from Nigeria, Peter from Washington, Alexandra, my namesake from Serbia, Jorgensen from Sweden, and Miranda from New Jersey.
Hey.
Hey, thanks for joining
Thanks
us.
for watching.
Okay, Alice, you want to tell us about our next one?
Yeah, sure. So at number 3 this week, we have canned cocktail brand 5 Drinks, which is trying to get on the celebrity bandwagon. You know how there's a lot of celebrities at the moment that own alcohol brands. Well, this new campaign from Gut Miami stars the CEO and co-founder of the company, Felipe Spiegel, trying to woo a celebrity to buy his company. Let's take a look at the video.
Are you a celebrity? If not, skip this ad. But if you are, I have a message for you. I want you to buy 5 Drinks Co. Not just the cans, that's for our customers. I want you to buy our company. That's celebrity level. All your big celebrity buddies own a gin brand, a tequila brand, a mezcal brand. But today, you can become a partner in the fastest growing segment in the beverage space. And we're the #1 brand in the segment, which means you can keep using your acting talents for acting, rather than shameless self-promotion of your liquor brand, like others. We offer our customers that great craft cocktail flavor with no bullshit or hassle. You don't want to be remembered as the one celebrity in Hollywood without a liquor brand, or the 20th celebrity to buy a tequila brand, do you? Didn't think so. If you are a celebrity and you would like to buy our company, visit buy5drinks.co.
Major shade.
I know, he's totally celebrity shaming right there, right? He's like totally Ryan Reynolds shaming. And maybe The Rock
Clooney.
shaming.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Add to the list, right? It was a good insight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fun idea. I wonder though, what kind of celebrity is going to go for the canned cocktail? Because I know it's like a really huge category, but somehow is it as classy as owning a tequila or a whiskey or a gin? I don't know. Maybe it's in the UK, canned cocktails have a kind of strange reputation as something that people might kind of drink on a train. There was a politician a few years ago who got shamed for drinking a pina colada on a can on the train. So I'm just wondering what kind of celebrity is going to go for it. Interesting.
Post Malone.
Maybe someone who's not so elitist, who's like beyond that. But I thought it's super clever to get attention for your brand. Also, in the ad, he's kind of like, if you're a normal person, move on. But there's actually a component directed toward normal old people like us. And so if you tag the company in a social post with a celebrity who actually ends up buying it, you will end up getting 1% of the sale, which is pretty amazing. So, yeah, so I don't know. I mean, that's kind of inspiration to take part.
Yeah. Start tagging everyone.
I think it'd be really funny if Ryan Reynolds would just come out and buy them too. Anyway.
Yeah, but first he tags himself, so he gets an extra 1%.
Anyway, okay, so moving on. There was another campaign, but before we move on to some other things, there were some fun campaigns that we had. Alex, do you want to tell us about the password campaign that we saw?
Oh, yes. So this is a campaign from Sweden. It's for a cybersecurity company called SSF. And what they did was that they took some data from the list of the most common passwords in Sweden, and they include things like shit and effing and dick and weirdly mum is one of them. And they turned these into kind of quite funny and provocative copy.
It's like no one has ever seen Spaceballs.
That's such a funny variety. Like, have you guys ever used dick as one of your passwords? I haven't.
No.
No. Look, I'm not. Stop trying to spoof us right now and have us tell everyone our passwords on live stream.
No, but that is a fascinating insight that they or factoid that they came up with. Like, where did they get that information? It's
I mean, maybe this was just
it's
like
true.
these are weak passwords. Maybe they were just released somewhere. You know, maybe these were all hacked.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. God, who's here?
Oh,
Yay!
Hey, Jessica, you're back.
You couldn't stay away, could you? And
I
we
thought you
can't
might
have
need
you
a-
away.
Yeah, I thought you might need a palate cleanser after that last creativity item. So I brought
did
some
you bring
candy.
us something? Yes.
I did. I brought you candy.
Yay! Wait, actually,
Um,
it's yay for you, not for us. We just have to sit and
And watch
watch
you
you.
eat candy.
Watch me eat candy.
Okay. I mean,
I'm okay with that. Do you want to start with peanut butter or chocolate?
Chocolate.
ooh.
Work your way up because I think peanut
Okay.
butter is better. Well,
So chocolate, there were two items that came out this week from the Hershey company. The first one we'll talk about in a second, but this one is for International Women's Day. They took the Hershey bars, and you can see the word her and the word she is actually in the name Hershey, but they made special bars that they're going to give out on International Women's Day at Hershey Chocolate World and different places. So some people will be able to get these bars, but obviously the regular bar just looks regular. They sent out a kit with some markers and rhinestones and all kinds of fun stuff so you could make your own she bars. So I had a little fun with this with my daughter. She made this one this
oh,
morning.
that's cool.
And I did not have as much time, so I just colored the she, but it's kind of fun. And
Yeah.
so it'll be for International Women's Day, and there's a video as well that they put out with famous women, and yeah. So International Women's Day campaigns are going to be coming out in full force over the next few days, and I thought that was kind of a fun one. So
Oh, that's cool. So is
Yeah.
the chocolate inside just normal looking?
yeah, it's just plain Hershey's chocolate. I mean, it's there's it's the big bars, so there's a lot of it.
Yeah.
In there.
It's still
Yeah.
delicious chocolate.
But the more exciting new product innovation, as you may have heard, are these guys.
Oh my God.
So,
Wait.
Please
Yeah.
explain.
Yes, please
Okay.
explain.
so last year there were peanut butter lovers and chocolate lovers versions of peanut butter cups. The peanut butter lovers had less chocolate on the outside and more peanut butter on the outside, or had peanut butter on the outside at all, because that was never a thing before. And the chocolate lovers had more chocolate and less peanut butter. This year, they have decided, I'm getting crumbs all over my keyboard. They have decided to bring out the fully peanut butter peanut butter cup. So the shell is different. I posted this on social media and people freaked out. This was very polarizing. It was very polarizing. People thought it was either disgusting or
That would be
lazy,
me.
like just open a jar of peanut butter and eat the jar of peanut butter. Alex, I know you're not a peanut butter person.
Mhm, this
Wait,
is my
Somebody
worst
bought
nightmare.
one. Alexandria bought one.
Yeah. So
They're
they're coming out in stores. Well, they're allegedly starting in April, but I think you can find them in some places already, like Alexandria apparently did. And I got some samples. I had to kind of hoard one to make sure my family didn't eat it before this show, because we are peanut butter fans in this house. And the outside tastes sort of like the inside of a Reese's Pieces.
Okay.
The inside tastes like the inside of a peanut butter cup.
Wait. So you think
Okay.
that the inside of a Reese's Pieces does not taste like the inside of a peanut butter cup?
Correct.
I
Yeah,
does not.
never made that distinction
They're
before.
totally different. Although, I mean, I don't know. I think I'd rather just take a regular peanut butter cup and just dip it into a jar. Oh, sorry, regular Reese's cup and dip it in a jar of peanut butter.
Then you have chocolate in there.
Yeah.
Then there's chocolate in it. For people who don't like chocolate or who don't like too much chocolate, they have answered your call.
Interesting.
See, it's all peanut butter.
I'm gonna go out and get. They have to have those in LA. If Alexandria was able to buy one, I'm gonna go on to search for one of those this weekend. So, do you like it?
I like it. For the people who say you're lazy, just open a jar of peanut butter and eat it with a spoon. It is not the same as peanut butter. It's different. It's probably more sugary peanut butter or salty peanut butter. I don't know, but they're awesome. So last year, like I said, they had the more peanut butter version and the more chocolate version. I'm waiting for them to say, hey, we have a new revolution of a completely chocolate peanut butter cup, but that doesn't really make any sense because you could just go get a Hershey bar. But hey, it's going to be Easter. There's lots of candy out there. I feel like they're having some fun, and kudos to whoever came up with this one. And then you know what they'll do? They'll put the pretzels in it, or they'll put the Reese's Pieces in it. There are many, many things we could have happen with this product.
I'm just waiting
maybe they'll put a chocolate coating on the peanut butter cup.
That's called a Reese's peanut butter cup, Anne Christine.
No, but it doesn't have the Reese's Pieces coating on the inside.
Right. Mm-hmm. I'm just waiting for like maybe peanut butter Peeps. I'd be okay with that.
Yes, they may be on their way. Pieces eggs, but anyway, we're getting way off topic.
Way off.
This is a creativity show, I realize, not a food tasting show. However,
yes, this innovation, this chocolate candy innovation has moved over to a new category. Alex, you want to tell us about that?
Yeah, it's the return of the Goobelie, which regular viewers might remember.
No. I came back just in time for more Goobelie.
We did Cadbury's cream egg and their Goobelie, which is their 50th anniversary. And there was an ad that had people sharing chocolate eggs in ways that got people a bit worked up. And now there is a beer. They have teamed up with a brewery called Goose Island to create the Golden Goobelie Cream Stout. And I have it here. And it's flavored with vanilla beans and cacao nibs to give it cream and chocolatey notes. You can
see floating in it?
The goose
Are the nibs floating?
No, I'm going to pour it out because
great.
It actually it's a stout, but it doesn't look like Guinness. It looks more like a kind of glass of Coke to me.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks delicious.
And I'm going to try it.
It's morning time here, though.
And you know what? It is actually quite chocolatey.
Oh.
So it's basically a vanilla chocolate stout.
It tastes a little bit like a cream egg. I mean, I don't know whether I'd want a whole can, but it's not bad.
Oh, that was a pretty
I do
big
like
can.
cream eggs, and I was very pleased that this came in a box with 2 cream eggs. So,
Goose Island is a good brewery, so they partnered well.
Yeah.
So, would you drink that with a cream egg? Like, would you eat a cream egg after drinking it?
That might be a bit much, but I can see having a cold glass of it on Easter, maybe.
While the kids hunt for eggs.
Yeah,
exactly. So tell us where we can get it, Alex. Is it only available in the UK?
I think it's only available in the UK via the Goose Island website, and there was some very strict information about over 18s only, which clearly in the States that would still be too young. So sorry, I don't think you can get it there.
Damn it. Well, we're gonna have to do our own homemade versions and mash up a cream egg and mix it in with a can of Guinness or something.
Yeah, try it. Along with your jar of peanut butter and your melted chocolate. We could all do these things at home.
All right, so we have a few more shout outs. We've got Shimena from Canada, Dave from California, Lauren from Costa Rica, Pernora from North Dakota, Khadija from Morocco, Suzanne from Finland, Danette from Ohio, and Evelyn from Florida. Hey, everyone, thanks for watching.
Hey, guys, thanks for joining us. Also, if you want to see all the work that we're talking about, we're going to put up a QR code, and it will take you to the Postmates site where you can buy tacos. Actually, no, it'll take you to the story where you can actually see all the work. So moving on, we have one more weird food story from this week, right? So Lay's came out with an interesting Chrome extension that allows you to, that kind of makes your viewing experience of YouTube a little better. Let's take a look at that.
Every day, over 1.5 billion people are streaming video on YouTube.
like you guys would think that I'm crazy and have lost my mind.
Problem is, most of them like to eat crisps at the same time. It should be a perfect fit. Your favorite crisps and your favorite movies. Yep, you get the point, right? You don't hear a thing when you eat crisps and watch movies at the same time. That's why Lay's comes to the rescue with crispy subtitles. The first plugin of its kind.
So what do you
I
guys
feel
think?
very seen right now. I need this on all of my video devices immediately.
I think we're discovering a lot of chips and crisps eaters on our team. Anna and Alfred as well in the back are saying that they totally need this. But I guess you can use it for anything loud, right? Cheetos,
Right.
Doritos. So
yeah,
Lay's
Lay's are not
favor.
the loudest chip in the Frito-Lay portfolio.
Yeah.
my research shows. Although these are crispy Lay's, maybe? I don't know. I love this idea. I mean, yes, you could just click the closed caption button on your own, but that takes a lot of effort when you're on the couch. It just does.
Yeah. And if your fingers are dirty from the oil on the chips or whatever, it saves your keyboard too.
It does.
Yeah. Now, this isn't like the clapper, right? Where like the next time you crunch, it turns it off and then turns back on again and off again, right? So it just turns them on and we're good.
One of our viewers said, "I hate close-ups of mouths." Which is true. Me too. Okay, sorry. Okay, so yeah, we had a bunch of awesome, very buzzy ideas this week in the food world, but we have one more that actually made our list.
Yes.
Jessica, tell us about this one.
Coming in at number 2 is actually a radio campaign from Burger King. We can play a little bit of it, and then we can talk about it.
Yeah.
It's all so confusing nowadays. Terrence knows that shaking hands is not okay, but bumping elbows is. Terrence also knows that he should sneeze into his elbow. Now Terrence he's confused. Haley is more excited to take her dog out the house than her dog is. This new dynamic, they're both confused. Dustin bought a book on climate change, but it's shipped from England by plane, wrapped in plastic. Now he's confused. Vegan shoes? Confused. It's all so confusing. Which makes it the perfect time for the Burger King Impossible Whopper. A Whopper made without beef that tastes just like a Whopper. I mean, what?
So this campaign just started running in the US. It's from David Madrid. There are 4 versions, and you can listen to all of them on adage.com or on Creativity Online, but they're so spot on right now. The voice, I feel like, is really just, it hits the right tone. Obviously, McDonald's has voiceovers in its ads right now from Brian Cox from Succession. I feel like this is like a somewhat darker humor kind of guy. I don't know. But it just works. And there are a lot of different versions of different things. There's a Karen mention and all of that, but it just, they're very entertaining. Even though there's nothing to see and it doesn't show the Whopper at all. Even in the online videos that show the radio ad, they don't show any product at all. So very
from like an
interesting
audio
use of radio
perspective, it's like such a good use of the things that you're usually cutting out. like the breath sounds and the sighing and all those artifacts that you usually want to get rid of are basically the point of this. And I like that a lot.
Yes.
Yeah. And also it just shows how radio and audio ads are so underrated when they're really well done. They're so well done. They rely so much on the copywriting and the performance and the production as well. Also, I love that so over this past year or so, we've seen brands trying to like step in and help people out, make sense of all the chaos and confusion. But here, Burger King is totally leaning into just, adding to that confusion. It's like, screw that. Yeah, we're just giving you more confusion.
Yes, there's just a lot of confusion, and we're not telling you how to fix it. We're just we're here with you. So, for the record, I'm not wearing a McDonald's shirt while talking about Burger King. I just want to make that clear.
Yes, can you tell us about your shirt?
Viewers, I'm not going to tell you what it's from, but viewers, if you know, write in and tell us what this says.
There's a reason she's wearing that shirt today.
There's a reason I'm wearing it today. That's all I'm going to say. So,
and we may not promise you that you'll get a peanut butter covered Reese's peanut butter cup if you guess correctly.
Yeah, maybe just one though, like of the package, depending on Jessica's family. Okay, so let's plow ahead to finally number one of the week. If you live in the United States, you know that we live in a federal society, which causes a lot of weird issues sometimes across state lines. Also, sometimes it causes terrible tragedies. I believe technically Mississippi only made slavery illegal in 2013. So what happens is sometimes you can go to a dispensary and get some cannabis and smoke it in your own home. And sometimes if you do try to do that, you will go to jail. And Jay-Z and his new cannabis brand Monogram are pointing out this rampant hypocrisy in new spots that basically point out in some states you can do this crazy thing, have an AK-47 in your luggage, use a flamethrower, etc. However, you can't smoke any weed.
Yeah, he's come out with pretty bold branding so far. The brand Monogram launched last fall, and when it first came out, he had another campaign where he put billboards at the borders of states representing the illegal or legal divide of cannabis. So he's getting really bold. The campaign is from Mischief at No Fixed Address, which has been doing great since it launched just last year. And yeah, it's pretty daring. Like the laws that he decides to point out, it ranges from bestiality to first cousin marriage, which some people may consider incestuous or not, depending on where you are in the country.
Kissing cousins, that's fine, right? That's
yeah. I mean, but for I guess if you're gonna go this bold, it helps that you're Jay-Z as well. You have the backing of your celebrity to support that. But yeah, I think it was a very interesting and compelling campaign.
I like that it has hung it on this sort of tent pole of the conversation we're having now about mass incarceration, and like very specifically sort of like calls that out and says this is systemic racism. Like the fact that you have so many mostly men of color locked up for nonviolent crimes is a travesty and needs to be fixed, not just for like our weed brand. Yeah.
And what's interesting too is some of those figure in the campaign. Like there are these bold statements in typography, but in the background are these striking portraits of people who have been incarcerated or charged because of the cannabis legislation in their respective states. There are social videos, and one featuring a guy named Brian who was put in jail for I think a decade, for a really long time, because he sold cannabis in his state where it wasn't legal. But in the meantime, while he was still in jail, he saw cannabis becoming legal in states like California. So it just points out, basically the campaign points out the hypocrisy it's seen in the legislation.
It was my home state of Virginia, where you couldn't sell the weed, but it's where all the guns on the East Coast come from. So,
and with that, that's our top 5 for this week. Thanks everybody for joining us, and welcome back, Ishan. We're so glad to have you back, and Jessica, it's always a pleasure to have you, and Alex as well, and all of you, our audience. We enjoy this time with you every week, and hopefully we'll see you next Friday, and have a great weekend. Bye.